My name is Donna Wick, and the name of my business is DWPR, Marketing, Media, and Public Relations. And how I got into this business was I basically saw my own value, that I was able to generate a lot of media for a lot of other companies. And I thought, well, if I can do it for them, I can do it for a lot of other people, and I might as well be profiting myself. So it was really born out of ownership for my talents and my services.
How did you find and finalize your life's passion?
I would say basically that I said yes, and that is an axiom in my life. Just say yes, because yes always leads you to something else that maybe you hadn't thought about, or wouldn't be in that environment if you hadn't said yes to something. So how I actually got started in PR was I was doing conferences myself. And I was giving a conference at a venue where there was bad weather. The conference attendant came to me and said, "Hey, look, there's not many people in that room. Do you still want to give the conference?" And I said, yes, I want to give that conference, because I don't care if there's 15 people out there. They're here, I'm going to give the conference. And so by giving that program, after the program, 2 people came up and said how much they really enjoyed the conference. They happened to own an infomercial company. And from that, I launched the very first spiritual infomercial in America, which landed me on a radio rollout, which landed me on a radio station out in California. After 3 days of being on the radio there, they offered me my own show. That show simulcasted in LA, and within 6 years I was in 50 markets, all because I said yes to giving a seminar where 15 people were in attendance. So that's basically how I got to where I am. It's just, I always say yes. I use a little discernment in some instances, but most of the time I'm game, I'm available.
What are 2 tips of advice you would give to someone trying to get in your industry, career, or profession?
I would say to be available, to not have so many constrictions on your life of what you are and what you aren't going to do. Because you get into something and you think you know what it's all about, and that happens a lot at our agency. People will come in, it's like, oh, I got this. And after about 30 days, they come in and they say, I actually don't got this, because it's a lot more than what you think. So you just have to be available, and also you have to say yes to things. You have to say yes to different things that clients want. Maybe you've got your business model and it's, a subset of these 3 or 5 things. But if a client comes in and they want something, then I may go ahead and say yes, even though that's not my core competency, but I know I can provide that service, and I also might be able to make that part of my service offerings by doing it for that client.
What was the best piece of advice you received in your career?
So I would say it was actually negative advice, and I think there might be a lot of people out there that can relate to that. I grew up in an environment where I was told that I would never be an entrepreneur. I was told by professors that I would never be a writer. All the people that said things that I would never be able to achieve. My dad used to tell a joke that I reminded him of a flower, and I would say, well, what kind of flower? Even though I already knew the punchline to the joke, but he would say, well, you remind me of a blooming idiot. So it was through all that negative feedback that I decided somewhere in myself, and I think we all have that place where there's just that part of us that tells us what our truth is and what we're really capable of. I had to go to that place, so I knew that I could grow and thrive as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner. I have 10 employees now. I've got 6 additional writers. I've got 2 social media experts. I've got 2 photographers. I have a thriving 4,000 square foot office. I'm definitely a force to be reckoned with, and it had to come from almost the negative advice I got than someone actually spurring me on.
What can attendees look forward to most in your BAC session?
They're going to learn how to grow their business. They're going to, first of all, tap into that place where their dreams been dormant. Everybody has their one thing. That's their thing to do. Nobody else can do that. And so we're going to learn to know what that is, and then we're going to learn how to grow that. Small businesses move America, and small businesses employs America. And so it's very important to focus and take notice on small business, because it is the heart and soul of economy everywhere.